Coming up next, boys high school basketball on your sports leader in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
Good evening and welcome to Lorain High School. Happy New Year to all. Jay Ferguson, Bob Braskich, Joe Bach here for boys varsity basketball. And it's the 8-0 Lorain Titans, 3-0 in the LEL, hosting a league foe Maple Heights, 4-3, 0-2 on the season. Tate Pierre-Louis, Javon Pollard jump, and Devon Grant has the ball. Deontay Benigin 5, Jordan Jackson number 1, Cam Davis 11, and number 2 is Tate Pierre-Louis.
Well, Jay, I was wrong because I was sure they'd come out and play a zone, and they're not. Played man-to-man straight up.
Number 1, Brian Hager. Number 11, Perry Fulham. Number 4, Larry Reynolds.
Wow, good
That's
help
Jordan
defense.
Jackson, no. Tipped up, no. Davis with a rebound, brings it out. Takes it right back into trouble and kicks it out to Pierre-Louis. Down the lane, pass off behind Grant, out of bounds.
Well, let's see if Lorain Heat gets to him. That's the key, one of the keys to the game right here.
Well, one of the, Lorain has not been getting off to hot starts. Even against the game they scored 100, they only had 13 in the first quarter, I believe, Bob.
Yeah, 1-4 press set, Jay.
Takes away a lot.
Yeah, it does. It's tough.
Against a dead ball, but it's hard to do that after a made basket. Minute to play, we haven't scored. This is Fulham against Davis, throws it away. Deontay Benigin picks it up, in on the hoop.
Nice pass.
Jordan Jackson lays it up and in. Jackson 2 from Benigin, and we're on the board with 6:44 to go. Maple took a lot of time to get organized before inbounding the ball to Devin Dial. He's the one name from last year that I remember, Buzz. He was their point guard.
Well, last year, Maple was very, very competitive with a very good Lorain High team.
They were the number 2 team in the LEL after Cleveland Heights last year.
Yep.
Lorain finished 3rd. And that's Dial. He was the point guard. The rest of that squad has graduated. Fulham, a set shot. No. Grant has it, and he'll bring it ahead. 2-0, 6:10 to go first quarter. Grant leaves his feet, gets it off to Benigin down the lane. Whacked in the act. Deontay Benigin will go to the line. Foul is number 1, Brian Hager. First whistle of the game.
Well, just the initial reaction of their Maple's defense, Jay, it's better than average. You're going to have to do more than make one pass and beat somebody off the dribble.
Yep. I've watched him shoot foul shots, and he's just in a slump right now. He's a much better shooter than he's been shooting lately. You can almost see the frustration on his face as that one hit the back of the iron. That one's better. Oh.
Wow.
That was down and out. 0 for 2 for Benigin, and back comes Maple Heights and Dial. Into the corner, Hagar launches. Tapped by Jackson, out to Davis, and Benigin on the run, pull up 15-footer. Nope. Same spot as the foul shot, and it'll go the other way on a foul on Jordan Jackson.
Well, the keys for Maple, Jay, and it doesn't look like they're going to try to control tempo that much, is going to be deal with Lorain High's defensive heat between the 2 foul circles and get back on defense, because Lorain High really looks to push.
Yeah, and they're going to have to rebound the ball. Good. All the way to the hole, and no, but Grant pulls down the rebound. That was Reynolds. Grant comes back, 2-0. Down the lane, Grant got whacked in the act, got it up on the rim. Nobody there but Maroon. Back comes Hager into the corner. Fulham takes it to the hoop, passes it off, blocked by Jordan Jackson. And Grant controls again. The lid on the basket for both teams, Grant for 4. Got his own board and then had it knocked away. That might have been a step deep.
Yeah, that was. But I've seen him make those.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I didn't say bad shot.
No,
I just said deep.
He shoots it that well.
Yep. First sub of the game, Davin Smith-Johnson in for Maple Heights. Pierre Lewis triggers to Grant, back to Pierre Lewis in the block. Spins in and scores.
Yeah, it's a nice little out of bounds play to get it back to Lewis after
got
inbounds.
Your big guy ducking in.
They cleared out, took away all the help.
Getting it off to Fulham now, and up comes Fulham against Davis. Pass off to Dial against Grant. Dial dribbles it into the cheerleaders. It'll be a Lorain ball.
I'm quite surprised that Maple is playing at this pace, or is showing the willingness to do so.
Well,
because I highly regard their coaches over the last 7 or 8 years.
Bad pass
I really
by
do.
Jackson, and Maple comes away with it. Pollard on the run.
Oh.
Tipped up and in by number 1, Brian Hager. It's 4-2 Lorain. Pierre Lewis into 3 people. Lost it. Picked up by Maple Heights. Smith Johnson. Taken away Davis. Up, no. Pierre Lewis with a tip and another tip, and tipped into the maroon mass that was Maple Heights. Taken away by Davis on back pressure. Launches it for Benningen. Has it taken away by Fulham. This is not a how-to. Back comes Hager. He traveled and then didn't get a call, and then going to get Grant. Grant did foul him, but I thought he had walked first.
I did too.
Aaron Whitehead first off the bench for Lorain High to replace Cam Davis. Gives him another ball handler. Of course, they lose their
defensive.
Yeah, their pest. Although Whitehead's been playing very well for the Titans. He's got Hager, or Fulham right now. Dial in the corner, down low. And that's Pollard against Jackson, kicks it back to Dial. Dial into the lane, lost it. Whitehead comes up with it, gets it back to Grant. And Grant thought about it, and then he'll run it ahead. 4-2, we've played 4.5 minutes. Jackson for 3, good. Splash for Jordan Jackson, he's got 5. He's been shooting it much better since before the holidays.
Came off the screen, nice.
Got a good pass in the shooting pocket. Fulham trapped and knocked away. And credit Aaron Whitehead with the heat there.
I agree with trapping the high ball screen at this level. I really do. And then I saw everybody else jump in a passing lane.
Jackson gets a blow. Aiden Brown in. Sophomore, 6'5", of the rebounding machine. 17 in his first home varsity game. There's Benningen. Whitehead down low. Pierre Lewis into the lane. Fakes, goes up, got whacked. Smith Johnson, I think, will get the foul.
Nice pick there on the baseline by Aiden Brown.
Pierre Lewis will go to the line for 2. He too's been in a little slump at the line. That was a good stroke. Nice high follow through.
Well, his shot this year, Jay, compared to last year, is like 2 different players.
Reynolds back in for Pollard for Maple, 4 for 5. 8-2 Lorain. Make it 9-2. Pierre Lewis with 4. He's got 4, Jackson's got 5, and that's 9. Titans by 7 early on. Smith Johnson all the way. Brown got a piece of it. Back up, no. Up again, fouled is Reynolds. Foul is Aiden Brown, 23. He's got to get a little help there, Buzz. He got the first one, but they were able to get a couple rebounds.
Yeah, well, there was an opportunity for Maple Heights to make Lorain High pay for full court pressure, and they couldn't convert.
Jackson in replacing Benningen. He got about a minute. 9-3. Larry Reynolds at the line. Second one back rim. Offensive board. Smith Johnson back up and in.
You've got to check out on the foul line situation.
Well, you've got to be ready for that hard, quick rebound as much as anything. Yeah, it was long, but Pierre Lewis hoop and harm.
That's a pretty strong move right there. Powered through the defense, used his body.
Smith-Johnson with 2 quick ones. Pierre 6 looking for 7.
Yeah.
12-5 Lorain High. 2.5 to go in the first. Skip pass there to Hager. He launches. Back rim, no. Rebound over to Smith, who's in. Number 2, Raylan Smith. Down the lane, lost the ball on the floor.
Oh.
Everybody. Jordan Jackson comes up with it. He'll bring it ahead. Pierre Lewis. He'll throw 3. Woo!
Wow.
Splash for Tay-Tay, and he's got 10. 15-5. That's not bad when your number 4 3-point shooter gets the first one all the way to the hoop. Too hard. Jackson with a nice board. Pierre Lewis, this will be fun. Up and
okay.
Oof.
You know, that could have been very dangerous, but
I don't know that it's not.
What's the Maple player trying to say?
I don't know that it wasn't an intentional foul.
Well, I thought he kind of backed off. He really didn't undercut him. He backed off and, was trying to make it, a safe situation as far as the defender's concerned.
Then he came back at him.
I don't know what's going on right now. I know the officials are getting involved and coaches are getting involved. It was a good piece of officiating
for this official to jump in between before anything more happened than did happen. That was a very good piece of officiating. Now the 2 officials are talking things over, and I'm sure what they're talking about is the intentional foul and whether it was or it wasn't. And then
the defender didn't run through him.
He didn't make a play on the ball either.
True, but he didn't run through him and kind of just grazed him a little bit with his hip. I thought it was a benevolent play.
We've got a safety officer ready to administer the free throws under the basket while the 3 officials talk things over.
I say there's no call here. Well, other than that foul.
I would agree. And they haven't even signaled who the foul was on. I believe it was on number 1, Hager, but I have to go back and look myself. Now they finally got Tay-Tay off the foul line, which is... And he's saying, Coach, I'm okay, don't take me out. The Maple coach talking to 2 of his subs at the scorer's table getting ready to come in. Okay, now we'll get the indication. It is going to be an intentional foul.
Oh, really? Wow, I didn't see it.
Or it's going to be a technical. I haven't seen an indication yet. What I see is Pierre Lewis has got 2 throws.
Well, this could be 2 throws and ball out of bounds.
Or it could be 2 throws and go to the arrow. Double technicals. Pierre Lewis missed the first one. Missed the second one, and those 2 were just, there was no form at all in those. Now, we'll go down to the other end.
Oh, yeah,
Pierre Lewis
you
is going
called
to
it,
get a
Jay.
technical.
You called it.
And
then it's going to go to the arrow?
No, then it'll go to Maple Heights because there was only 1 technical, or we would not be shooting.
What about the foul on the shot?
That was the shot. That was the foul, and then Pierre Lewis got a technical going back after him, I'm guessing.
So there was not a T against the Maple player.
Correct. And they missed both free throws.
Okay.
Hager has 2 fouls, so it was definitely foul on him. The Pierre Lewis is the one that got the technical, I'm certain. Although, correct me if I'm wrong, but they've got Devon Grant for 2 fouls, so it might have been on Grant.
Yeah, and did Grant come out of the game, Jim?
Yes.
Well, that's what John usually will do. You get a T, you're going to sit. Lewis is still on the floor.
Yeah. Down the lane all the way, hitting the side of the board. It'll go out of bounds to the Titans. It's a war on the glass, Bob.
15-5 with 1:28.
Children need not apply. Aaron Whitehead, Little Wax walks it ahead. Jackson, Brown, Davis, and Pierre Lewis with 1:19 to go. Now they spread it out. Brown's out at half court. He'll take the reversal, get it to Cam Davis. Jackson down the lane, kick to Aaron Whitehead. 3-ball splash. 18-5.
Penetrate and pitch.
Davis with a hand, Whitehead with a steal. All the way to the hoop, lays it up. No. Rebound nicely done by Hager. And all the way down, layup, air ball, back up and in by Antone Baker. Antone Baker. Pierre Lewis quickly, but Cam Davis got it back and then lost it. Down for Pollard. That one he made.
Okay, Whitehead's got to recognize he's got to be back on defense there.
23 seconds to go. Titans, I'm sure, will play for one. Jackson, Whitehead, and Pierre Lewis are outside.
Down to 10 seconds.
Now, time to go. They drop back into a zone look. It's still a man, but they formed up in a 2-3. Whitehead for three. Spot!
Oh, at the buzzer.
At the buzzer. Lil Wax with 6. 21-9. Lorain on top. Back with more after this timeout.
Ohio State is saving lives every day.
This is Ohio State.
We're the economic engine of the state. A major employer.
Over 60,000 students. We're on the forefront of cancer research. An educational core of Ohio.
Impacting tens of thousands daily.
Our alumni organization is nearly 500,000 worldwide.
This is Ohio State.
This is Ohio State.
Ohio State.
This is the Ohio State University.
Opportunities present themselves every day. Opportunities that move us forward. Opportunities to serve part-time in your community while continuing their full-time careers or education to help keep our nation safe at home and around the globe. Explore your opportunities in the Air Force Reserve.
So when your All-Ohio guard goes scoreless in the first 8 minutes and you're still ahead 21-9, it's a pretty good day. But 10 points from Pierre Lewis, 2 big threes at the end from Aaron Whitehead, 5 points from Jordan Jackson give us the 21 to the 9 that Maple Heights had. Jackson blocks that into the ladies, and it'll go back to Maple Heights.
Jay, that's a good point. The All-Ohio guard who gets about 30 a game, didn't score, and you're still, scored 21 and you're up by 12?
Yeah.
It's because you have other people who can score.
Maple running the inbounds play, throws it to Pierre Lewis. He's got help with Grant. Going to bull his way through and got grabbed. And that for Hager is his third foul, I believe. Quickly, Larry Reynolds off the bench. Hager goes to the bench with 3 fouls. Jackson will trigger the inbound with Pierre Lewis on the block and Grant in the corner, and Benjamin here all alone. Set shot 3, long, and used the whole rim, didn't go. Pollard. Maple's got to score in the transition. We can see that. Benjamin just gave one there.
They've had opportunities because with one or two exceptions, the full court pressure hasn't bothered them that much, but when they have beaten it or in transition, they haven't been able to convert.
Right.
Now they have gone to the line a couple times as a result.
Right, 1 of 4 thus far on the evening for Maple Heights. That one creeps over the front and in. 21-10. And that one, that's a style, I guess. Front rim, back rim, and in. 21-11 Titans as Grant gets it across. Benjamin, they set the double for Grant. Down the lane, Benjamin all the way. Rim, no, had a hand on it, but rebound taken away by Grant from behind. Cam Davis with it. Davis into the middle. He got bump and run, and Delonte Hall is going to get his foul. Jameer Siobhan. Siobhan is in. That's 6 fouls on Maple, so the Titans will be 1-1. Now they're going to put it down on the baseline. I think a break for Lorain, as that was outside of the 3-point line, I believe. But you'd always rather run the ones you practice than the sideline. Jackson, you got to throw it sometime, son. Tate, and he'll back it out. Gets a ball screen from Jordan, takes the set shot from the top. No.
I'd really like to see Lorain High run more offense, Jay.
I would too. Siobhan all the way down against Grant. This is Reynolds, knocked away by Jackson, who's had off to another great start. Ball on the floor. Jackson comes out of there again. Jordan Jackson has been a monster everywhere lately. Pierre Lewis with his 12th on the boards, blocking shots. I mean, he was one of the 5 best players in the holiday tournament. Reynolds all the way to the hoop. Little gamble on defense, and the lead's down to 10 again. Grant going to go to the line, and that's what a good player will do when he's not scoring. 14, Siobhan gets the foul, his first, 7th on the team. You know, when you're, he's only missed 1 shot that I can recall. He went down the lane and traffic and missed a contested shot. Other than that, I don't think Devone's launched one.
Well, launched the 3.
Did he?
The deep 3, remember?
Oh, yeah. It was very deep. You're right. Your 2 leading scorers have 1 point between them, Benigin and Grant. And you're up 11.
For the season, Jay, Benigin's scoring is above Tate's?
A couple of tenths. Benigin had a 26 or a 28 at Bedford.
Yeah, 26.
2 games with 6 threes. Forced to go to the hole and shoot the air ball. There's Jackson with another board. Pierre Lewis into the middle. Off to Benigin, who lays it up. No. Pierre Lewis tip. No. Rebound out to Maple. And that's Reynolds. He gets through the traffic and wings over to the corner where Pierre Lewis takes it away, and he brings it ahead. Grant, his favorite spot. Splash. That fast it happens, Buzz.
Yep. 28-13 with 5:40. Maple takes a timeout.
Grant with 5 quick ones. He got to the line to get himself going, and then...
Yeah, I'm really surprised because, you know, as you know, and we've talked about it, we've always felt Maple came in and played with a purpose, and they really didn't come in tonight playing with a purpose. There are very few teams in the state of Ohio they're going to be able to play at this pace with Lorain High, and although Lorain High isn't getting a lot of turnover scores from their full court pressure, they sure are forcing a lot of turnovers in the half court.
And I think that's why Maple is trying to play at this pace, because I don't think they can score in the half court. I didn't see a shooter out there.
No, I really don't, but I thought that at least they would try to shorten up the game, play a zone, come down there, 4 or 5 passes, be deliberate.
I would agree with you there.
You know, because they're playing against Lorain High as if, you know, they're equals, and it's just not the case. I mean, Lorain High, #1, again, undefeated, and
big test coming up on Sunday,
Cleveland.com. Yeah, it's Akron St. V's over at EC. EC's a nice gym to play in. Kind of a bowl. It's pretty cool.
Where the district tournament has been held in the last few years.
Yep, nice gym to play in.
Maple trigger, again, that was the 1-4, which makes it easy to get it in. And they launch it ahead to Siobhan. Down low, layup up, no. Another layup up and in, and that was Siobhan. 28-15, Lorain. 2 for Siobhan. Benigin Jackson fakes a 3, takes it down the lane, lays it up with too much spin. Back comes Maple on the run. Up and good for Reynolds. He's got 5. Nobody else with more than two.
I can see a little bit out there for Maple. Jay, now their last game they beat Cornerstone Christian. Now I know Cornerstone Christian, has been a D4 power and they're real down this year, but still, they are 4-3. They played Cleveland Heights fairly close, but really were destroyed by Lutheran East.
That was stand around offense, and that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, it is, because against the good ones down the road, you aren't going to be able to
run it down, flip it back to Benningen. What a play. Yeah,
that was pretty cool. But against the good teams down the road, Jay, you're not going to be able to make one pass and beat somebody off the dribble.
Exactly.
It's just not going to work.
30-17, Titans. Lead had been 15. Off the foot and down again. Pierre Lewis has got it. Back they come 4 on 3. Benningen 15-footer from the corner. Good.
Yeah, maybe that'll get him going.
Maybe that gets him going. He's got 4 quick ones.
Jay, for somebody who's just coming into the program 1 year, he plays really good defense. I've seen him really crank it up and play.
Well, guarding the #1 point guard in the country for the last 2 years at Archbishop Malloy might, force you to learn some stuff. 3 ball. Off Grant's hand and out of bounds.
But Maple just cannot shoot it from the perimeter.
Well, they can shoot it. They just can't hit much.
Yeah.
Whitehead back for Lorain. 32-17, biggest lead of the night. Once again at 15. Pierre Lewis with a dozen. 5 for Jackson and Grant, 6 for Whitehead.
Okay, there have been times when I haven't felt we were ready to play in out-of-bounds situations, but we were okay.
Get another steal there. Aiden Brown into the game, gets it ahead to Benningen. Back to Aiden Brown, who got fouled. That's 4 on Hager. Unless I miss my... That's 4 on the starting guard for Maple Heights. Aiden Brown to the line for 2 throws. First one looked good, but long. Nice rotation on it. Smith Johnson back. Hager to the bench. 2 points and 4 fouls. Second one, long again. Titans have missed a bushel of free throws tonight. 2, 4, 6 throws. 2 for Brown, 2 for Benningen, 2 for Pierre Lewis. And made 5. 5 for 11. And with a 15-point lead. 3 ball, got nothing. Benningen with the rebound on the dribble, goes ahead 1 on 3. No contact there, and back we're forcing too much, I think, Bob.
Yeah, I do too. I agree, Jay.
Jump shot from the baseline is long, and I think Maple's offensive woes have led us to think it's going to be easy. Fulham against Benningen, down the lane, lays it off, knocked away.
Another
Whitehead
steal.
Picked it up, though, knocked away again, and it'll go to Lorain off of Smith Johnson. Jackson in. Jordan Jackson might have been the most effective player in the game thus far.
I would totally agree with that. Rebound, defense.
Yeah.
Look to help on defense.
Score the ball a little bit.
Yep.
And Pierre Lewis, Jackson, Grant. There's it. Grant from behind the backboard, taken away by Brown. That's a heck of a board. Skip pass to Jackson in the corner. Nice pick by Whitehead. Splash.
Yeah, nice.
Jackson for 3. He's got 8, and the lead is 18 all of a sudden. Okay, they caught it. I think the foot was out of bounds when he did, but nobody was over there. All the way to the hoop, which is how they have to go about it, I guess. And 1. Pollard with the basket, and the foul, I think, will be on Brown.
Pollard shooting 1 for the Mustangs.
Brown with 2 fouls. Now 2 minutes, 2 seconds to go first half. 35-19. Javon Pollard with 4 points, looking for 5. Long, guess who, with another board? Jordan Jackson. And he'll bring it ahead with minute 55. Cam Davis back at the scorer's table. Pierre Lewis, Grant. step back, and then I'll shoot it, and long off the top of the board and rebounded. Down quickly to Dial. Turn around, up, no. Smith gets it back to Dial, tries another one, no. Jackson with another board, gets it ahead to Whitehead. Whitehead, change of pace, up, no. Jordan Jackson is rolling around at half court. And blocked there, it stayed in bounds, and Jackson is going to have to go out.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I saw it happen, Jay. He kind of fell, and he...
Did he twist it or bang it?
Was in a twisted position,
Okay.
and the official kind of got in the way, and there was a bit of a collision.
Yeah,
it was the official.
Okay.
He's holding on to it like it's a bang as opposed to a twist.
Yeah, that's what I thought it might have been. Dial caught that inbound somehow. Down the lane, air ball, Pierre Lewis. Pierre Lewis into the lane, kicks it out. Cam Davis going to throw three. Off the back, no. 44 seconds to go. This is Fulham with Whitehead and Grant. Grant knocks it out of bounds. 39 seconds, it'll stick with Maple. Now you'd like to get Grant down with his 2 fouls here, and Aiden Brown with 2 fouls, but Jackson's going to hobble into the trainer's room. Benningen is going to come in for Brown. You got horse collared there because he almost came in without reporting. Reynolds in the backcourt, across with Benningen, down the lane, up but fouled. 2 is the foul. Pierre Lewis. Reynolds to the line with 2 more throws. 32 seconds left. 35-19 is the score. It was 21-9 at the end of 1. Titans have had it out as much as 35-17, or an 18-point lead. 16 currently. First one is long. Reynolds now 1 for 3 on the evening. Now the last one he missed, they rebounded and put back. So it was the same kind of shot as that one. Pierre Lewis makes sure. Back come the Titans. Cam Davis, Benningen. Cam Davis says we got 28 seconds left. We'll play for 1. Whitehead. He'll just stand if they let him. Now they back up, switch Dial out on Whitehead, and so they skip it across to Benningen, who will hold it with 12, 11, 10. Pierre Lewis fakes the handoff, takes it down the lane, kicks it to Little Wax.
Oh.
Nope. Pierre Lewis knocks it away, and then they heave it from half court off the top of the board. We've played 2, 35 for the Titans, 19 for Maple Heights. We'll be back with more after this timeout.
Hey, we missed you at the game last week. Is everything all right?
I just haven't been feeling like me lately.
You know I'm here for you, right?
That's a cut. Beautiful. Acting is one thing. Talking about suicide in real life is another.
In the military, you take challenges head on.
And now it's your turn to do the same for our veterans.
Be there.
Learn how you can start the conversation at BeThereForVeterans.com.
I began in 3rd grade, 8 years old, and I was able to learn the chest compressions and the breaths, and I absolutely believe that anyone out in the public can easily learn. We got a page for an unresponsive 2-month-old, and when I got the first glimpse of the 2-month-old, he was blue. We didn't even get to go inside. I just jumped in the back and we started CPR, continuing CPR, and you were able to see the color start to come back, and then we were able to actually get his heart rate back. It was a pretty moving part in the story that we were able to save a 2-month-old's life. My community is why.
Before you log on, don't behave. For the thousands of wounded warriors returning from battle, Wounded Warrior Project has developed the Warriors to Work program, a unique program that helps wounded warriors translate their military experience to the civilian workplace. The Warriors to Work program also works with employers to find the right job for the right warrior. Contact Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home the brave.
Back here at Lorain High in a developing story, Lorain's Jordan Jackson, who went out with an injury with about a minute left in the first half, has not come out of the locker room, Bob.
Right, not on the bench. Aaron Whitehead in the game for him to start the second half.
Jackson had 8 points in the first half and was quite honestly the most effective Titan on the court with the way he rebounded and played defense. Cam Davis, 11. Skips it back to Whitehead. Benegin in the corner, set shot 3, long. Davis battles for the rebound and fouls. Cam gets called for his first foul. 35-19 is the score. It's Whitehead, Davis, Grant, Benegin, and Pierre Lewis for Lorain. Grant has 2 fouls. Whitehead knocks that away. They'll matriculate on down the sideline. 11 is Fulham for Maple Heights. 4 is Reynolds. 3 is Devin Dial, the point guard. Number 5, Javon Pollard, and number 24, Devon Smith-Johnson as one of their starters. Brian Hager finished the half with 4 fouls. Smith-Johnson all the way to the hoop, and all of a sudden Cam Davis has got 2. And we just kind of abandoned the basket there, didn't we, Ben?
Yeah.
You know, we were talking at halftime. Titans with a healthy 16-point lead, but far from their most effective half of basketball.
I agree. Right. Not a good half. I mean, I thought offensively, I thought we forced some things. Thought some players forced some things. And then down on the defensive end, I saw a number of situations where our help side rotation wasn't there.
And we gave up a lot of offensive rebounds. Pierre Lewis's rebounds the miss there, and back we come. Benegin into the lane, back to Pierre Lewis. I had it taken away. I think he was worried about traveling with it as he couldn't get it to the ground. Down the lane comes Reynolds. That's Pollard, and he's got a hoop. 6 for him. 35-21, Maple with the first hoop of the second half. Whitehead. Now this looks more zone-ish.
They're playing a zone for sure.
Grant. Whitehead. And so you lose one of your more effective zone players in Jackson because wherever you put him, he's got some leverage. Whitehead for 3. Splash. He's got 3 of them. 38-21. Titans by 17.
Well, against the zone, Lorain High can put a good shooter on either wing.
What they did there is
you reverse the ball.
You had Grant, you had Benegin at the top. Missed there, bothered was Pollard, and Davis runs it down. Benegin into the lane, back out to Whitehead. Heat check. Oh, down and out. Smith-Johnson with the rebound for Maple. And back comes Fulham against his opposite number, Davis. High ball screen coming from Smith-Johnson, and they'll trap that, force him deep. Reynolds against Whitehead. Grant gets the air ball. Whitehead all the way to the hoop, up too hard. And back comes Maple. Dial, and then Fulham into the lane, drops it off. Shot up and good for Pollard. And just no.
GJ, we're up by 15, but they've had way too many opportunities in transition or, in their press offense.
We look,
right at the rim.
Look bored.
Yeah.
That's the word I would use. In the middle, Pierre Lewis up and in. Tate with 14.
We're not picking up real quick and with a lot of intensity.
And that is Fulham. Whitehead cuts him off, and then to the rim, up and laid it up and in. Nice
another
finish.
Score at the rim.
They haven't made a jump shot.
I can't remember one.
Benegin flat and rebound along to Reynolds. gets it ahead to Fulham, one-on-one with Grant. Grant, who had 2 fouls, kind of had to let him go. Timeout, Lorain.
Yeah, I mean,
lead down to 13.
Come on now, fellas.
And I don't know if Coach Rossitano is going to use the word bored like I did, but he's got to find a way to get them more excited and into this. Is the only game they have tonight.
Yeah.
They're playing like there's another one after this.
You know, I've seen situations this year, against Lutheran East and against Richmond Heights, where we picked up with a lot of intensity, head on the ball, all kind of ball pressure, everybody else broken down. We're just not doing that tonight. You know, and a team that is really quite offensively skill level challenged in Maple is
hanging around.
Having their way.
They're hanging around.
Respects.
I mean, they have not hit a jump shot.
Nope.
I'm going to go right out there and say that.
I can't recall. 40-27, 4:57 left.
They had 8 baskets in the paint in the first half, and they've got 4 already this half in the paint. This is Davis. Cam up top to Grant, who spins down the lane, lays it up, had it blocked. Ahead to Dial. Dial challenged, layup missed, but back up by Reynolds.
Down to 11, Jay.
And another one in the paint, gone from 17 to 11 with 6 in a row for Maple Heights. Pierre Lewis forces it to the basket, shoots an air ball. Whitehead got a hand on it. Just the lack of patience offensively is leading to runouts.
Yeah,
Layup
there's
using
another
the basket,
one, Jay.
Pollard.
And down on the offensive end, Jay, you know, it's one pass and kind of like a forced shot.
It's almost like it's my turn.
Yeah. Down to 9.
Yeah. Grant with the ball. Lob for Pierre Lewis is woefully short, carried out of bounds, but Pierre Lewis knocked it out of bounds. Pierre, let's see, who's going out? Davis is going out, and Aiden Brown is coming in. That's just trying to replace the motor, because those are your 2 motor guys. 1-3-1 look.
That little half-court trap situation.
And if you ever a team screamed to have a zone played against them, it was this one, because they can't shoot a lick. 3 ball on the way. Watch this.
There you go, Jay.
Larry Reynolds now with 12.
Jay, that cuts it to 6.
Yeah, and that's the first jump shot they've hit. Grant down the lane, got whacked in the act, hit the rim somehow, but he'll go to the line.
40-34.
After it was 40-24. That's a 10-point run for Maple Heights.
Shooting 2 for the Titans.
Grant, first one good. He's got 6 only. Distance from his 28.5-point a game average. Second one, good as well. Stops the bleeding a little bit, Bob, at 42-34. Titans with big challenges coming up. Sunday, Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's. A week from Friday at Cleveland Heights. Blocked shot from Aiden Brown, and Bennigan comes back. Off to Grant. Grant throws 3. A little bit off balance. He was leaning, didn't get into it. Dial comes back all the way against Whitehead. Up, no. Pierre Lewis in traffic got grabbed. Lorain High will inbound it in the backcourt. Foul is Reynolds. 40. Reynolds? Okay. Cam Davis in for Aaron Whitehead. Titans right now are playing with a 6-man rotation with Jackson out. Of course, they went to Columbus with a 6-man rotation last year. Devone Grant. Bennigan thought about it. Cam Davis, Pierre Lewis. The ball is stopping.
Oh, yes.
All the way down the lane, whistle. Oh,
no whistle.
Good block. Pierre Lewis got a hand in. Aiden Brown on the run. Athletic move up and in.
Aiden Brown. Wow.
Maybe that'll get him going, because that was a heck of a move. Cam Davis lost his footing. Rebound tipped around. Brown ends up with a good fight from Pierre Lewis. Benningen one-on-one all the way to the rim, fakes it up, got it blocked, and then out of bounds off of Pierre Lewis. Harrison in for the first time for Maple Heights, number 23. As they're playing with a little bit of a short bench too, because Hager had 4 fouls in the first half. We haven't seen him since the middle of the second quarter. Smith Johnson gets it ahead to Fulham. Fulham, 12-foot floater. Pierre Lewis, Grant, Devone, lays it up and in. Whistle, timeout, Lorain.
Okay, that timeout can't be right up there. It's showing us with 5, Jay.
We just have taken 2
I know
just now, yeah. Now they've got us down to 4. But I think it's 3 apiece.
What do you think the reason for the timeout is?
Still, you know, John
can't be fatigued.
Well, John, once a game, John takes it after a made basket.
I understand.
You know, we've come to see that.
And that's been a fatigue situation.
Well, but I also think that this is, guys, we got to get back control of this game. I mean, that's how we do it, is we play defense and we outlet the ball and we score. But we got to do all of those things, and we're more worried about the last one, which is scoring.
I totally concur that, Jay.
Brown, Pierre Lewis, Benningen, Grant, and Davis. Now it's a man-to-man press, and that 1-4 comes out. Brown stays back as a center fielder. Into the corner to Smith Johnson, then into the middle to Harrison, who traveled with the basketball with the pest right there. Cam Davis forces another turnover by being in the right spot at the right time. Benningen into Grant. 2:02 to go, third quarter. Grant down the lane, up and no. Rebound to Harrison. Day-Day hasn't had a lot of opportunities tonight. Fulham, splash.
Wow.
2 jump shots they've hit in this quarter.
46-37.
9-point game. Here comes Jordan Jackson out of the trainer's room.
That's good to see.
And he's not walking with a limp.
Right.
Now, I don't know if he's going to come back or not, but to see him walking pain-free. Pierre Lewis puts up a reverse layup. No, Benningen goes and gets it and got whacked going back. Harrison gets the foul. His first. Benningen goes to the line. Let's see if we can get his stroke straightened out. He missed a couple of technicals a couple of games ago and hasn't shot at line well since then. I don't know whether he's overthinking it, but that looked better, right? Still won't go in.
Yeah.
Whitehead for Pierre Lewis.
It's coming off of his hand well.
Yeah, nice rotation. Chavon, Reynolds, and Hall all in the game for Maple. Deontay, again, it looks good, and it just won't go in for him.
Wow.
Never seen so many close ones. Pulled up, and Grant got his third. Going to go to the line with Reynolds, who's had a heck of a quarter with 7 points. Grant's got 3.
Well, Maple hanging around, 46-37, just 9 points.
Reynolds, 1 of 4 on the night at the line. Minute 14 to go, third quarter. Titans by 9. And honestly, they led by 16 at the half, Bob. It's been as low as 6. Grant runs down the rebound after a pair of misses, and back they come on the fly, all the way to the hoop, throws it up over his head. A long road to nowhere.
Yeah.
Cam Davis grabbed on. His third in the quarter. It'll be a common foul out of bounds. Bulling his way into the lane and scoring right there. Drop step, and Javon Pollard just bowled his way in. He wanted it the most. Benningen all the way. He tries a backwards shot that hit the bottom of the backboard. 46-39 with 45 seconds to go. Maple's going to get the ball coming out, so Titans with it now. Grant in the corner. He'd have shot that last couple of games, but he's just not feeling it tonight. Lays it up and in. 11 for Devone. 48-39 with 28 seconds to go. Down the lane comes Maple. Cam Davis takes it away and bounces it off of Hall. Anton Baker in. I'll tell you one thing. The Maple Heights coach has tried every number he can call. They've got 13 players in uniform, and he's played 12 of them.
Well, we're going to hold it here for the last shot.
16 seconds to go as Grant gets it across. Now the closely guarded situation. He'll go in, spin, and got held.
Good foul.
That is a good foul.
Heck, at this point, they have 2 more to give. I'd give at least another one.
Siobhan, not sure what that action was all about.
If I'm Maple, I'm definitely going to give another
Siobhan knocked the ball away from Grant, and the official wanted Grant to go get it, and Grant didn't. No, he got pulled to the ground, and that's what you get. You get no call. And Siobhan gets the layup.
That's the quarter.
And that'll do it at the end of 3. Wow.
48-41 after 3, Jay.
And we'll be back with more after this timeout.
We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
Every year, the Salvation Army serves nearly 30 million people in need. That's one person every second. So by the time you've finished watching this, 30 more lives will have been changed for good. All thanks to your donations.
Thank you.
Back here at Lorain High, and the body language on the court is kind of indicative of the way the quarter went. Maple Heights 22-13 in the third quarter to take a 16-point lead down to 7, and they'll start with the ball.
Get excited, fellas.
Delonte Hall. I mean, Titans came out like somebody had just kicked their dog or something.
Come on now.
Siobhan down the lane, passes off, laying up and in.
Down to 5.
Reynolds with 14, 9.5. Pierre Lewis has got Whitehead out there, Benningen, Grant, and Davis. Pierre Lewis too strong. Grant knocked it away. Rebound to Maple. Here they come. And they have just been able to run with impunity.
Down to 3.
Delonte Hall cuts it to 3. Wow. Cam Davis will walk it ahead. Well, you know, they got a big game on Sunday, and everybody looking past Maple Heights.
Jay, we're beating people off the dribble, but we're not getting a good shot.
No,
I mean,
we're not.
A lot of forces.
Whitehead from his favorite spot. Splash. Aaron Whitehead with a dozen. Knocked away by Benningen, but he got it. Oh, travel.
Fans finally getting into it here. I think everybody was there was some unrest when that lead came down to 3. But again, we're beating people off the dribble and just taking terrible shots. They're almost like turnovers.
Yep. And that's what they're turning out because we're not getting back on defense and we're not rebounding.
There's that
Pierre Lewis
play.
Reverses. Good. Pierre Lewis with 16 now, 4 in the second half though, and the lead's back to 8. Down low, they get it again. Whistle, he's out of bounds. Perry Fulham, and at this pace, Maple Heights is uncomfortable.
Very, very uncomfortable.
Titans have got the pace up where it's their kind of game.
But I'm convinced, Jay, down here in the half court, if you run an offense, make cuts, set picks, first open man gets the ball, do that 4 or 5 times, you will get what you want. And
we don't have anything to go to in the half court. There's a whistle and a foul on Siobhan, his third. The ball once again squirts away. Not going to fight karma this time. Grant goes and gets it. Sends it back down. Titans will inbound in front of the bench. 5th team foul on Maple. Lorain with 4. Pierre Lewis, again, Jordan Jackson, if you just joined us, is on the bench. He got hurt in the second quarter and didn't come out until about 2 minutes left in the third.
Well, everybody's standing watching Jackson, or watching Grant.
Crosses over, gets it down the lane, throws up a little bit of a wild one that goes down. He's got 13. This is Reynolds. Reynolds down the lane, into the lane, crosses over, gets it over to Smith-Johnson, who charges.
Oh!
There's that man again.
Take the basket away.
Cam Davis. Big play, Cam. The crowd still very much into the ball game.
Well, three has become 10 with 5:48 left to play.
And it was 55, it was 48-45 as they scored the first 2 baskets of the quarter. Grant now down the lane once again, pulls up at the foul line. That's his game. Grant with 15, and the lead is 12. He's got 10 in the half. We all know how capable he is of exploding. Defensive heat there, Benigin off to Pierre Lewis, but Long throws it back. Whitehead got a hand on it and knocked it away. Right idea. At least it's going forward, Bob.
Yeah.
The difference in those turnovers is the last quarter, we were doing it 1-on-4 and losing it. Now at least we were throwing it ahead and losing it, trying to make a play. Back comes Maple. This is Fulham all the way against Aiden Brown. Brown got a piece. Grant head first out of bounds to go get it, but it'll stay with the Mustangs.
Brown second, nice block of the game.
And he did everything right because Fulham used his body very well to shield the ball, but Brown was patient enough to wait for the underhand and then go get it. Into the corner to Dial, back up top. This is Fulham. I'm wondering how long he's going to let Hager sit down, except that they've played very well without him for the last 10 minutes. Dial. Looking for a ball screen. Got one. Kicked it over. 3-ball splash.
Oh, my.
Reynolds. 10-12 in the half, 17 in the game. Grant, 3-ball splash.
That was way out there, Jim.
Yeah, that was, I got one for you. Dial. Benigin on his hip. Down in the lane, Smith-Johnson, nice left-handed move. He's got 4, and it's 60-50 with 4:10 to go. Jackson's moving closer to the scorer's table, trying to get in this game. Grant down the lane. One-hander off the glass and in.
Well, the last 4 possessions, Jay, it's been the Grant show from the top.
15 in the half now, 20 in the game. And that's the kind of player he can be.
Yeah.
When he's going, when he's heated up, Since the pull-up jump shot from the foul line, Bob, he has been in charge of the game, is what it seems like to me. High ball screen turned down. Fulham all the way.
Another block by Aiden Brown.
Pierre Lewis. This could be fun. Wham with the right. Pierre Lewis with 18. And the lead is back to 14. It happens in a hurry. Down the lane, taken by Grant. Knocked away from him and off his leg and out of bounds.
Wow. We had another dunk at the other end.
Yep. Whitehead's in for Benningen. 64-50. The earth is spinning the correct way again, and Lorain High is back up by 14. Delonte Hall back in for Maple Heights. Benningen went out for Whitehead for Lorain. It's Brown, Pierre Lewis, Davis, Whitehead, and Grant.
There, little discussion there between Whitehead and number 21. Little talk, a little push.
Yeah, it was a mine's bigger kind of thing, and then Whitehead almost had a steal, and he'd tell you that it should have been Lorain ball, but it'll be in the backcourt now, and Reynolds will come back and inbound the ball. I want Pierre Lewis to come up and pressure. They get it into Smith Johnson.
No.
Gets it ahead. Nice catch and layup by Pollard.
Very nice catch.
Pollard
Jay.
with 14, 10 and a half. Pierre Lewis, 64-52, 3 minutes to go. End game situation for the Titans. Let's see how we handle it. Grant. All the way to the hoop, lays it up. No. Smith Johnson for Maple. Down the lane. Losing it off his hands, trying to reverse it, was Reynolds. Back comes Brian Hager, who we haven't seen since before the first of the year, Bob. He's been down with 4 fouls since the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. Benningen back for Davis. Benningen back with 4 points. This is Pierre Lewis, Whitehead. Grant up top at the volleyball line. One-on-one against Dial, pull up 17-footer short. Dial with the board. Another run out. Pollard. He's got 6 baskets in the half, and all of them have been layups. 64-54. Not standing prosperity here. Whitehead gets hip checked down the line, and they'll go to the line finally and shoot him, I believe. Hall with the foul. Aaron Whitehead, 12 points in the ball game, 4 threes. Cam Davis is at the table for Whitehead.
Now, Jay, Aaron was at Padua last year?
Yep.
Started there?
Yep. Oh. Boy, the rim has been unkind to our foul shooters. All the way to the hole, laying it up and in is Delonte Hall.
Another transition layup, Jay.
Titans just impatient defensively, and the lead is 8.
Wow.
With under 2 minutes. You would think this should be safe, but it's more of our offense than anything else, because our offense is leading to their offense. Pierre Lewis gets poke checked, and Pollard again with a layup. Missed it, though.
And we'll go to the line.
Pierre Lewis fouled him.
My. Down to 8 with 1:41 left.
And they have a chance to score with the clock stopped and cut it to a 2-possession game. That was true.
Jay, I hate to be critical because I like our team so much, but, our forcing things on the offensive end and not getting back on defense have really been
with a 10-point last year, a 10-point lead and 3 minutes to go, it was over. And right now, I don't know what the plan is, but we're down to 6 now with 100 ticks left on the clock. And quite honestly, spread out and let this guy.
Well,
there's a whistle and a foul.
Yeah, Jay, though, just my opinion.
11 gets the foul. technical.
Oh, really? Did you see what happened?
No, I didn't. There was something down out there with him and Benigin.
Well, he's incredulous about it, there's no doubt. Can't believe it.
But it's going to give them a chance to put Grant to the line. Now, the way tonight's gone, that might not mean anything. Now they'll go more conversation. All I could see was Joe Bach, so I couldn't tell what happened.
I didn't see it either.
And it was away from the play, so I wouldn't have. Now I suppose the discussion is it a technical or is it an intentional foul? Does Benigin shoot it or Grant shoot it? And now they're going to put Benigin to the line, so it's an intentional rather than a technical. So Benigin will shoot 2.
And Lorain ball out of bounds.
Lorain ball out of bounds.
But Jay, back to what we were talking about. I'd rather do it a different way than how we've done it this half offensively. Ouch.
Yeah, the whole night has been disjointed.
Even as impressive as the Grant, one get it to Grant and we'll let him play was, I'd still rather do it a little differently.
I don't disagree. Yay! 1 out of 6 on the night for Deontay Benigin. 5-point night for him. He's a much better shooter than he's shown tonight.
Yes, he is.
So Titans by 7, 1:33 to go. Grant with the ball. Hall just had his arms around him. Now he'll come up and play him one-on-one, and I don't know if there's anybody in Ohio can do this. Yep. Hall reached through the body to poke it away, and the official looking right at it is the one that made the call. Quite honestly, I couldn't see.
I didn't see it either.
Now Pierre Lewis goes to, or Grant goes to the line. Whitehead goes out, and Davis comes back. Good teachable moment from the Maple Heights coach over there with his hand around Delonte Hall, he was very demonstrative about that, as he thought he had the steal, and just kind of getting him to calm down and play the next play instead of the last play. Grant made a pair.
Wow, did he get shoved? Did you see that?
Yeah, that's supposed to be a point of emphasis. You can't go through the foul line to check out the shooter, and he took one to the face. That's a travel.
They're not going to call it a travel, Jay.
They called Grant for the foul. Reynolds back to the line. He is 1 of 6 on the evening. Missed a pair a moment ago. First one woefully short. 67-58. Lorain by 9 with 1:14. Now everybody changes spots. Titans with the big lineup in Brown and Pierre Lewis. That one, he knocks one down. 2 out of 8 for Reynolds, and it's a 8-point game as Grant comes across with 1:05. Count is on. Grant goes around, now backs up. They take the count off. We'll go back and do it again at half court. Into the corner to Benigin, who dribbles it out. Benigin down the middle, behind his back.
No.
To the corner.
Well, you won't be able to do that Sunday, Jim.
Well, this game, a 3-ball here in this game is shot up and in. And that is Pollard again with 16 in the half, 28 seconds to go. The Titans are probably going to win this, but it's not going to be a tape that you're going to want to watch. Aiden Brown slams it home, sort of. 69-61, whistle turnover as Benigin got in the way of Reynolds, and he dribbled it out of bounds with 15 seconds to go. Reynolds and Pollard have 18 and 20 respectively here tonight, and there's a whistle and a foul on Reynolds. Send Pierre Lewis to the line. 3 of 5 on the night with 13 seconds to go. It's an 8-point lead, so that's 3 possessions. And
no, we're okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. Wow, what are we for, Jay? I hate to bother you, but man,
well, Grant is 6 of 6.
Okay, other than
Pierre
Grant.
Lewis made his first 3 and has missed his last 3. He's 3 of 6. Bennigan's 1 of 6. Brown is 0 of 2.
Okay.
And Whitehead missed a pair. All the way down and dribbling it out. Hager throws 3. Back rim, no. Aiden Brown will take the easy rebound, and Grant will dribble it out in the backcourt. So the Titans are going to walk out of here with a win, 70-61, and go to 9-0 on the season. And they 22 points in the fourth quarter to 20 for Maple Heights, but it was not.
Jay, I don't know what to say other than.
I mean, second half was 42-35 Maple.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it was poor choices at the offensive end to force things, and not getting back in defense. You had points in the paint there for a while. I mean, you're just not going to be able to do that Sunday against St. V's.
Right.
We're better than this.
And the Titans will, of course, go to 8-0. Pierre Lewis with 19, and I have Grant 22, so he wasn't that far below his average. Bennigan had 5, Brown had 4, Jordan Jackson had 8 in a quarter and a half, and Aaron Whitehead had 4 threes for 12. Aaron played very well tonight,
Aaron played
I thought.
well. Jordan Jackson not having him for the second half, I think, was a factor.
Well, and, just kind of the whole vacation experience and routine, but you're going to have to see that in the tournament. And You're going to have to play some games when you don't have school, and you're going to have to play one Sunday afternoon, in the middle of the day.
Something that isn't really relevant to this game or Sunday. Cleveland Heights in Maple's game was very competitive, and I've been wondering how good Cleveland Heights is as I look down the road, and. Quite frankly, I think Lorain High's chances there are better than good.
Well, we'll see them next Friday as we go to Cleveland Heights. So until the next time, a Happy New Year to all. But for Joe Bach and Bob Braskich, this is Jay Ferguson reminding you all it is a great time to be a Titan.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.